Hey everybody, here we are again. I want to talk to you about can you prep too much? Can you prepare? Can you over prepare? It's a fair topic. Now, I know a lot of prepping channels are not going to want to hear this because most prepping channels want you to buy, keep buying, and especially order from me because I need the money. But really, seriously, can you buy too much stuff? Can you over prep? Can you over prepare? It sounds stupid, but yeah, I think you can. I told a little story the other day. It's about how my wife and we wanted to have enough food for both of us for about 3 years. Well, whenever my wife died, now I've got like enough food for 6 years. Well, the problem with that is I can't rotate through it fast enough. So what's going to happen is a lot of this is going to end up hitting the garbage can. That's what's going to happen. It's going to hit the garbage can. Whenever and I'm very guilty. Whenever I first started getting into prepping, I went just crazy with it. I bought everything I could get. Oh, I got to stack it up, to the rafters. I got to have it. And what I find looking back is, and maybe I bet you're guilty of this too. It becomes an obsession. It becomes fun. We got to have this. I got to have that. Oh, well, how many beans do we have? 400 pounds. We got to get it up to 800. And what happens is it overtakes your house. It overtakes your house. I have a 5-bedroom house, and I have 2 of those rooms really 3, slam full of stuff. Why? Because I went overboard. I wanted to make sure that I had everything and then some. It started to overtake the house. I made a comment the other day. I said, and it's almost kind of true, almost. I mean, it's a little exaggeration, but if I had to bug out, it would take about 5 semis to get all this stuff out of here. And where are you going to go with it? You crap pissed the roof and you got 5 semis out in your front yard getting ready. Where are you going to instruct the guys to go with all your stuff? And then they're going to know where all your stuff is anyway. They're going to come get it. And then you're going to have to figure out, well, what box should I put my ghillie suit in? I love that ghillie suit, don't you guys? I think they ought to make it a law for every serious prepper. Whenever they get married, you got to wear your damn ghillie suit to get married in. And I think the wife ought to have a face full of camo. If you're really a true prepper, I think that's what you ought to do. I want you to prep. I'm not saying don't prep. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, why don't you do it a little more practically? Be a little more reasonable. You don't have to be this doomsday prepper. The world's not going to end today. It's probably not going to end tomorrow. And if it does, oh well, let the rough side drag, man. I tell you what you ought to really think about. This is what's been on my mind. This is what I really want to talk about just for a few minutes. I'm not going to make this a terribly long video like I usually do. What else do I have to do? Nothing. Slow it down. I know that your prepper channel boys out there, you ghillie suit boys, they don't like hearing this. But, their interest is to keep you showing back up on their channel every day. It's another doom and gloom day. Oh, the boogeyman's coming. You know how they are. But keep tuning into them. Keep watching them. Keep supporting them. Keep buying all their bullshit and use their little codes. Enrich them and make you poor. That's all right. It's your money. Just take money out of your wife's and your children's mouth and give it to them. You people blow me away, man. I don't know why you just don't unsub or something. You know what to do to prep. There's certain things that you need to survive. And you don't need somebody to tell you what you need. Only you know what you need. You know the kind of food you like and the equipment that you like, the gear that you like. You don't need to watch some of these every day, year after year, year in, year out, to tell you got to be scared and now you need to go prep. Keep prepping. Keep prepping. It's obsession. It's hoarding. The difference between a prepper and a hoarder is a prepper uses what they buy. A hoarder just buys to buy. Don't be that hoarder. Save some money. Now, let's get into what I want to talk about and we'll shut this down. This is what's really important, and I'm really starting to really think about this. They're claiming that in about 7 years from now or so, 6 or 7 years, around, 2033, Social Security is going to run out of money. You know how many tens and tens of millions of people are going to be on Social Security in 2033? A hell of a lot. There's a lot right now. And they're talking about 7 years of going bankrupt, basically. Well, number one, that's not true. It's not going to go bankrupt. It's not going to be insolvent in 2023. But what they're talking about is you will still get a Social Security check in 2023, but it may be reduced. You may get a reduction in your monthly payment. Like it may be reduced, they're talking from 19% to 23%. So just think about that. Whatever you make right now, subtract 23% from whatever you make a month, and that's what you're going to have. Now, you know, that could be true. If Congress doesn't do something, get off of their lazy ass and do something, we're going to be in a jam, a lot of us. If you're still paying rent or you have a mortgage and car payments and credit cards and this and utility, property tax, insurance, you know the gamut, all the stuff we pay, you're going to be in a world of hurt. And you know what? They don't care. Because the elite, as we say, are the wealthy, are those who run the show. They don't give a crap about you because they're sitting pretty. They don't need Social Security to make it. We do. They don't. So what are you going to do about that? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start financially prepping. I'm going to start prepping financially. So if in 7 years comes and they back out the 19 to 23% out of my check, I want to have enough saved up to where, who cares? I would hate it if they would take away 19 to 23%, but I want to have enough in savings and yes, and I want to build up my financial portfolio to where I don't have to worry about it. If they took 24% or 23% out of my check each month, I still would be able to make it as long as the property taxes and my insurance just don't go, crazily through the roof. And if it gets that crazy, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not saying for you to do this, but what I'm going to do is because I want to have enough savings put back to where if I have something that happens to my house, I'll have enough money to take care of it. If I need a new roof, a new air conditioner, a new heater, a new appliance, whatever, I'll be able to take care of it. In other words, I'll get rid of these greedy insurance companies. Some of these insurance companies are so rich, they loan other countries money. That's how rich these jackasses are, And I hate that I have to sit here and pay what I pay every month to them. It's like the insurance company is basically saying, it's like we have a wager with them. We're saying, oh yes, I'm going to have an accident and I need you. And if I have an accident, I need you to bail me out. I want to be my own bank. I want to take control of my own finances, especially as we get closer to that 2033 mark. And if Social Security does kind of kick us back and they penalize us 19 to 23%, I want to be ready for that. So I'm going to start preparing for that. I already have enough ammo. I don't need to have enough ammo for a brigade. I just don't. Really. I have enough of everything, I think. I can't think of anything really that I need, with the exception of I need to improve maybe my finances. And that's what I'm going to start doing. And I encourage you to do that too. So just think about it. Do what you want to do. I mean, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not qualified, but I'm thinking if that's true, we're going to be in a world of hurt in 7 years. If they say, okay, everybody on Social Security, we used to give you so much money a month. Well, now we're going to reduce it. We're going to pull the plug on about 23% of it. That's how much of a beating you're going to take. I'm going to be prepared for that. You don't need 8,000 pounds of rice. You just don't. You don't need 18,000 pounds of sugar. You just don't. But I tell you what you will need. You need some money. Maybe you need a little gold and a little silver or whatever. Make sure, number one, if you can, and the excuse about, well, I don't have any money to save. Yeah, you do. That pizza that you just bought? Don't buy it. Your pizza money is your savings account now, okay? Well, I had to use DoorDash and Grubhub. No, you don't. Stop. Cook a meal. Open up a can of SpaghettiOs that's up in your cabinet and warm it up. It's not cooking, that's warming. Anyway, that's another subject. You can find a way to save a few pennies. Now, come on. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'm Jimmy Rance.